This man was brutally cutting something. You'll be shocked to know that it was a young, living girl. Why was he doing this? Let's recount this terrifying story from the beginning. The story begins with a girl named Ju Jun. One snowy night, her car breaks down on a deserted road. Snow is falling continuously. Forced to call for help, Ju Jun contacts her fiancé, Soo-han, who works at the National Intelligence Agency, and explains her situation. Just then, a stranger approaches her car and promises to fix it. Soo-han becomes alarmed over the phone and tells Ju Jun, "Don't open the car door. Don't get out. Just stay inside and wait for the rescue vehicle." Jo Yoon agrees and refuses the man's help. The call is then disconnected. The man approaches the car again, this time holding a hammer. He breaks the car window, gets inside, and attacks Ju Jun. She desperately tries to defend herself, but he brutally stabs her repeatedly. He then forcibly takes her to a secluded area, which serves as both his slaughterhouse and home. Jo Jun begs for her life and reveals that she is pregnant. Even this does not stop him. He kills her brutally and tries to destroy all evidence. Meanwhile, Ju Jun's engagement ring slips from her hand and falls into a drain. He searches for it but fails, then ignores it and continues his gruesome actions. Let's follow the story to uncover the motive behind this ruthless killer. A few days later, 3 young children are playing under a bridge. One of them spots a black package. Curious, he opens it and is horrified to find a human body part inside. The police are immediately alerted and dispatch a large team to search for the remaining body parts. Team leader Jang, Ju Jun's father, also arrives at the scene. He is gripped by fear, as his daughter has been missing for days. After a lengthy search, a police officer discovers a suspicious object at the bottom of the river. He turns it over with a stick and is stunned. It's a severed head. The officer calls for backup immediately. In the commotion, media personnel and a crowd gather. The situation escalates when a forensic worker slips while carrying the evidence box. The box opens and the head rolls directly in front of Soo-han and team leader Jang. The scene is unbearable for both of them. At Ju Jun's funeral, Soo-han cannot hold back his tears. The girl he was about to marry has been killed so brutally, and he doesn't even know the reason. Soo-han vows to find the killer and punish him in a way far beyond the law. The next day, Soo-han meets with his superior and takes 2 weeks off. He begins his own investigation. With the help of a close friend, he obtains a special tracking device, a capsule-like device. He then reads the files on 4 suspects provided by team leader Jang. Jang wants his daughter's murderer to face a punishment beyond what the law can provide. Soo-han arrives at the home of the first suspect. The man is absorbed in his own world and doesn't realize the danger he is in.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Soo-han captures him, ties him to a chair, and shows him a photo of Ju Jun in her car. After questioning him, it becomes clear that this man is not the killer. And enraged, Soo-han warns him and sets off to continue his search. Reaching the second suspect, he finds him making a delivery on a bike. Soo-han stops the man by colliding with his bike and angrily assaults him while interrogating him. After investigating further, it becomes clear that this man is not the murderer either. Disheartened, Soo-han returns home. But with his strong will, he pulls himself together. Then, his eyes fall on a photograph of the third suspect, Kyung-chul. At that very moment, Kyung-chul is searching for his next victim. A young woman waiting for a bus in a secluded area catches his attention. With a polite tone and friendly demeanor, he offers her a lift. Then he does the same thing he did before. He knocks her unconscious just as he did with Ju Jun. He takes her to his hideout and brutally kills her. The next day, Soo-han begins searching for Kyung-chul. He arrives at the suspect's parents' house, posing as an insurance agent. He learns that Kyung-chul has long since left home, even leaving behind his son. Luckily, the son knows where his father lives. Soo-han wastes no time and arrives at the house. Since Kyung-chul isn't there, Soo-han easily searches the rooms. He finds several women's clothes in the closet, along with a secret door leading directly to the place where the crimes were committed. Then Soo-han spots Ju Jun's engagement ring stuck in the drain. He is now convinced that Kyung-chul is the real murderer. Meanwhile, the police declare Kyung-chul the prime suspect. They arrive at the school where he drives the children's bus, but they are slightly late. Kyung-chul has already left to drop the children home. He knows a female student will be the last to get off. Seizing this opportunity, he kidnaps her and takes her to a nearby field. Before he can harm her, Soo-han arrives. Kyung-chul assumes Soo-han is a weak and lonely police officer. He attacks him, but this time he is the one who gets beaten badly. Soo-han has the chance to kill him, but he doesn't. Dying would be an easier punishment than what Soo-han has planned. Soo-han wants Kyung-chul to live and suffer the consequences of his actions. He inserts a tracking device into Kyung-chul's body and breaks his arm. When Kyung-chul regains consciousness, he finds an envelope containing money. This money was deliberately left by Soo-han to cover medical treatment. Soo-han does not want the murderer to die quickly. He then takes a taxi to the city, and this is where Soo-han's deadly mission truly begins. While driving toward the city, he begins to sense that something inside the taxi feels unusual. Kyung-chul notices that the driver's face does not match the photo displayed on the dashboard. At that moment, he realizes he has walked into a trap. The driver and the man sitting beside him are actually robbers. A violent struggle breaks out between the three of them. However, this time Kyung-chul proves to be more ruthless and overpowering. He kills both attackers and takes control of the taxi himself. When he looks back, he discovers the real taxi driver's dead body hidden inside. He disposes of all three bodies in the woods and drives away. The next morning, he visits a private clinic to treat his injuries. When he sees a nurse, his dark desires return. He secretly hides inside the medical storeroom and waits. As soon as the nurse enters, he shuts the door and forces her to undress. Terrified, the nurse begins to comply. But at that exact moment, Soo-han arrives. Thanks to the tracking device, he already knows Kyung-chul's location. Locked doors are no obstacle for him. He slips inside and once again confronts Kang-chul, beating him mercilessly. Before leaving, Soo-han badly injures his heel and orders the nurse to treat him and keep him alive because he wants him to continue suffering. When Kang-chul regains consciousness, he finds himself back in the same taxi. Now he is suspicious and confused about how Soo-han keeps finding him every time. He hates being hunted like this. In a furious outburst, he shouts that he will kill anyone who dares to toy with him. Soon after, the taxi breaks down in the middle of the road. He attempts to stop another vehicle to rob it, but an army truck appears instead. Left with no choice, he asks the soldiers for help and eventually makes his way to a friend's house. All this time, Soo-han continues tracking him from a distance. Team leader Yang calls Soo-han and insists that he has gone far enough and should let the police handle the rest. Joo-jun's sister also pleads with Soo-han, reminding him that revenge will not bring anything back. But Soo-han's hatred has already consumed him completely. He ends the call and continues his pursuit. Kyung-chul arrives at the home of his friend Taiju, who is also a dangerous killer. Both Taiju and his lover share similarly twisted minds. When Taiju hears that someone is relentlessly chasing Kyung-chul, he suspects it might be a relative of one of the victims. He recalls Joo-jun's ring, which he had also noticed on Soo-han's hand earlier. He begins speaking disrespectfully about Joo-jun. Hearing this, Soo-han becomes overwhelmed with rage. Soo-han decides to enter the killer's house and confront them directly. Inside, he finds a young girl who was about to be murdered. Soo-han saves her life. He grabs Taiju by the throat and slams him down, injuring his own hand in the struggle. Kyung-chul, who is outside, hears the noise and rushes in with a gun. The moment he sees Soo-han, he immediately opens fire. Soo-han narrowly avoids the bullets and runs toward the upper floor. The two killers split up to search for him. Suddenly, Taiju's girlfriend attacks Soo-han, but her strike misses. Soo-han retaliates with brutal force, leaving her badly injured. Then Kyung-chul advances. Soo-han scatters barbed hooks across the floor, setting a trap for him. As soon as Kyung-chul steps on them, Soo-han pounces, repeatedly hitting him on the head. He then calls the police. The police arrest Taiju and his girlfriend. Kyung-chul is sent to another facility for treatment, but Soo-han feels that this punishment is still not enough. Later, an officer informs him that a tracking device was found in Kyung-chul's stomach. Soo-han tells him to keep quiet so Kyung-chul doesn't discover it, as he planted the device himself. He then pulls back a curtain and finds Kyung-chul still asleep. Relieved, he leaves. But it was all a staged act. After a while, Kyung-chul is taken to an old, deserted tunnel. He now understands how Soo-han was able to track his every move. While confronting Soo-han, Kyung-chul challenges him, "If you don't kill me now, I'll make you regret it for the rest of your life." He reveals that Joo-jun begged for her life before dying because she was pregnant. Hearing this, Soo-han is devastated as he had no idea. The situation escalates further. Kyung-chul breaks into a medical store, kills the shopkeeper, and steals a large quantity of medicines. After emptying his stomach, he finally finds the tracking device. Just then, a man enters the store to use the restroom. Kyung-chul knocks him unconscious and inserts the tracking device into his mouth. By the time Soo-han arrives, the plan is already complete. He loses Kyung-chul's location. Suddenly, the police receive a call from Kyung-chul. He says that after settling all accounts, he will surrender to the police. Meanwhile, Soo-han is at the hospital where Taiju is being treated. He interrogates him about Kyung-chul. Taiju laughs maniacally, saying, "He'll take revenge by killing your entire family, so you'll suffer for the rest of your life. Then he'll surrender, and you'll be powerless." Seeing this, Soo-han becomes furious and punishes Taiju so severely that he won't laugh again. Soo-han and the police team rush to team leader Jang's house, but it's too late. Kyung-chul, disguised as a delivery person, forces Jang to open the door. As soon as the door opens, he brutally attacks him. He then assaults Joo-jun's sister and calls the police. He declares, "I'm going to surrender now, and I am the the winner of this game. Soo-han listens in. Kyung-chul tells him the place and time of surrender and hangs up. The police immediately cordon off the area, waiting for him to arrive. Kyung-chul leaps from a car and walks forward, completely undeterred. The police prepare to apprehend him, but Kyung-chul didn't anticipate one thing. Soo-han, with nothing left to lose, kidnaps Hee-kyung right in front of the police. He takes Kyung-chul back to the slaughterhouse. He ties Kyung-chul under a massive guillotine machine. He tells him to hold tightly to a rope attached to the door. If the rope is released, the enormous blade will fall straight down. Having prepared everything, Soo-han leaves. Before leaving, he calls Kyung-chul's family. 3 family members arrive, panicked, and begin searching for him. Kyung-chul hears their voices from inside. He is terrified, but there is nothing he can do to change his fate. The door opens, and the 3 men witness a scene that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, Soo-han walks away, listening to every sound inside. When he learns that the murderer has been punished, he breaks down in tears. Who was the real monster in this story, the murderer or Soo-han? Please answer this in the comments. And how many stars out of 5 would you give this movie? Please share your rating too.